Yes. 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 You want to turn the light back on, or? Oh, okay. Could you please say and spell your name for me?
Richie Minervini, Minervini.
And how do you spell your Richie?
Richie.
Excellent. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. You want Richie Minervini. Oh, yeah. Do you have a website?
No,
Okay.
I had a website a long time ago, and my house got robbed.
Oh, so now you only. All right, and here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. With this, you do a lot of rolling. Okay.
A lot of editing. All right, good.
Ay, ay, ay. All right, here we are once again with yet another amazing comic. We are in the green room. So much fun. Now, this used to be called Westbury Music Fair. People still call it that, but it's actually, what is it now? NY?
NYCB. I always call it Westbury Music Fair.
Now, did you ever work here when it just used to be a tent?
I actually used to sneak in. Back in the day, it was just a tent, and it was had really bad drainage. So it was only open in the summertime. They didn't have air conditioning and heating. So it was only open in the summertime. So if Don Rickles was headlining, there'd be a singer, Suzanne Summers or something, opening. Well, I couldn't afford to come and pay for the tickets. So it was a no-smoking theater. So what I would do was drive in really early, get a good spot by one of the exit doors, and after the singer got off stage, they would open the doors for the smokers. Now, I was not a smoker, but I would come out of my car, I would lay on my seat, and I would time it, come out of my car with a cigarette, and they would ding the bell, and then I would walk in, and I would go see Don Rickles and Bob Hope and Shecky Green, and I never paid for any of them. Yeah.
I love that. That's a great, see, it's all about just kind of being true to yourself. And you were true to your comedy even at a young age. How did you know that you were funny? At what age did it dawn on you that something was a little different about you?
I gotta imagine my dad was a New York City cop, and he was pretty strict guy. We were 6 kids. I guess some of the comedy comes from the fact that I remember he didn't laugh a lot, but he would laugh at the Dean Martin roast on Thursday nights. And I would sit next to him and think, wow, look how much fun Dad's. I mean, I've never seen Dad so much like this. So I would sit next to him and go, wow, this is fun. Comedy. My dad likes comedy. But you never pictured, I saw the guys on TV, Richard Pryor and George Carlin, certainly Johnny Carson and those guys, Jack Benny and George Burns, all funny. But how do you get from here to there? I didn't know how to do that.
Okay.
So it was not in my realm. But my dad, being a New York City cop, gave me directions to Catch a Rising Star. So to ask a girl out to go to a Long Island bar or a Long Island restaurant, not much of a deal. But you ask a Long Island girl to go out to the city, you know the city? Of course I know the city. I only knew one way to get there, the way my dad told me. There was no GPS. I go through the Lincoln Tunnel, I'd make a right, I'd go up to Catch a Rising Star and show them a great date. And they closed the Lincoln Tunnel one day, and I didn't know what to do. I found myself on the 59th Street Bridge. I finally got there. And I went there, and there was a guy named David Say, who wasn't, he was funny, not real funny. He wasn't the funniest by a long shot. But as I would go back every month, every 2 months, David Say would talk, he talked to me first. And he goes, you ought to do it, you ought to do it. And he got progressively funnier and funnier as the year went by. And David Brennan would come in and do a spot. Robert Klein would come in. Gabe Kaplan had his hit TV show, Welcome Back, Kotter. Robert Klein. I'm seeing these monster comedians. And I'm laying in bed. I'm not particularly a Johnny Carson fan because I'm young. It's not really in my wheelhouse. And I literally wake up and say, turn on the TV. And I turn on the TV. And Johnny goes, ladies and gentlemen, I was in New York City last night, saw a young comedian named David Say making his first national appearance. David Say, I think I know that guy. But as the curtain opens, my friend David was all scruffy. But out comes a guy in a brand new leather coat. He's got makeup on, his hair is blown. I said, oh, that's not the guy. He must be another guy. But then he did his first joke. I went, that's him.
That's the guy.
Oh, my God. So when I saw Carlin and Hope and all those guys, I knew I wasn't as good as that. But I knew I could be as bad as David and get progressively better. So I called David right away. I mean, and it was absolutely amazing. And he got me to be a regular spot at Catch a Rising Star in Dangerfields. And fun to have a guy like Rodney Dangerfield come up to you and go, I'll tell you, kid, you're funny. You're definitely going places. I said, you think so? He said, yeah, you're not coming back here, you know. So he said, I'm kidding. Take it easy, you know. So it was working, and all the comedians are like that. The bigger they are, they love young comedians.
But Richie, you did that for so many comedians now. Do you know what I'm saying? They really credit you for opening so many doors for them. Is that why? Like somebody was nice to you, so you decided to be nice to them?
I didn't know any other way. I didn't know any other way. I mean, that's the way I was. I mean, I got to do. I met Jackie Mason there. You had. I laughed. I was a good laugher. You want to have a little something to eat? Who? Me and you. So we went across the street, and he's making me laugh. But every so often I made him laugh. I go, oh my God, I'm making Jackie Mason laugh. And so it got going like that, yeah. So they took you under your wing. Hey, I'm going to do a gig in Florida. You want to come? Me? Well, I don't have the money for a flight. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. Flight, hotel, and then you hung out. Next thing I know, I'm writing jokes with him, and I would go on stage and didn't have the comfort and the confidence